All right, we're back and we're going to talk about what's bothering you. See, this is what I made this a new segment because it's therapy after watching what we had to watch in the NFL, especially if you have a close, heartbreaking loss or you have something that happened that really bothered you. So I'm going to start this one off and then I'm going to let Jose and Gil go or respond to what I have said. I'm going to try to be nice. San Francisco 49ers have a great defense. They lost Trent Williams and their offensive line is poor, to be fair. I don't think that Coach Shanahan realizes that his offensive line is average because of the play calling that he has in the game. If you watch that game last week that ended 11-10, the game started off good. 49ers had 1 3 and out, Denver had a 3 and out. And then the 49ers had a great drive. Second drive, got 7 points. They ran the ball, 30-yard run by Wilson. That's the way the 49ers play their offense. That's the way they score. Got 7 points. After that, was some of the worst offensive football I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of football. The 49ers scored 3 points after that for the rest of the game. We had Jimmy G fumble a snap. We had him do one of the worst plays I've ever seen. And this is coaching too. This is not just Jimmy G. I know everyone thinks I'm going to kill Jimmy G. This is coaching. Why you're calling a bootleg play action pass from your 1 yard line is ridiculous, especially when you have a guy in Wilson who's run for 75 yards on 12 plays. Like run the ball out of your end zone. That's your game. You got a power running game. That's Shanahan's offense. And you're trying to do a play action pass. There's no blocking up front, so two linemen are in the backfield before Jimmy G can even move. So of course he's going to back up. He doesn't know where he is, and he steps on the end line and gives Dan Orlovsky the biggest break of his life and makes him famous for an entire month. But the worst part is not even that he stepped out. It's that he threw a pick six to nobody right after. The same mistake he made against the Packers in the playoffs last year. Sorry, against the Rams in the playoffs last year, where he throws blindly with one hand and they lose the game. This is the problem. Jimmy G is a turnover machine who plays with happy feet. Then after that, when you think, okay, you know what? They're still in the game. It's 10-5. So Russell Wilson does his thing and makes Gil happy for one play a year and makes it 11-10. He gets two chances. The first chance, he throws behind a receiver that's triple covered. What is that? What kind of play is that by Jimmy G? Then, because he's the luckiest quarterback I've ever seen, the 49ers stop the Denver again. This great defense stops Denver again. He gets the ball back. Now, this is not his fault. Jeff Wilson fumbles. Okay, he did a scramble. Jeff Wilson fumbles, not his fault. But the fact that this team didn't score a point after their second drive, no touchdowns, is an indicator that Jimmy G is what he is. He's an average quarterback playing on a great defensive and run team. It's been like this for 3 years. This is why they went to go get Trey Lance. So all you people that love Jimmy G and thinks the team's going to be better with Jimmy G, watch that game and tell me they're going to be better with Jimmy G because they're not. I was nice. I could have been a lot worse to Jimmy G. But I'll tell you this: anytime someone wants to argue Jimmy G with me, I'm going to send you that clip of him running out of the end zone and throwing a pick six because that's who he is. Now, before I get to Jose, who I know is going to want to recant, Gil, what's bothering you this week?
Well, what bothered me was right away on Thursday. I had the Pittsburgh Steelers with a +7. It's all happy.
Oh no!
Neighbor's garage.
Oh no!
And then I'm about to get up and come home, and I see a bobble fumble off a play that didn't matter. And they fumbled back into their end zone, and Cleveland gets a touchdown, and I lost the cover +7. And I'm just
Yes.
scratching my head. That bothered me all week, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Yes.
That really bothered me.
Yeah.
And then besides that, the games are pretty good. You're according to your stuff, Jimmy G, yeah, wasn't the greatest. It's a team sport, but he needs to wake up, decide a little bit better on his things.
Gil, what did you
Coach,
text me when you saw that play? Just tell me what you texted me when you saw him running out of the end zone and throwing a pick six. What did you text me? He's garbage. That's what you texted.
I don't know if I said he's garbage. I just said, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is what I'm watching," something like that. Or I'm watching. I think I said I was watching a hockey game. I don't know, something
Right.
like
Right.
that. But yeah, he has to work on it. The coaching thing too, right? I agree with you. Maybe they should have ran the ball out of the one. but they didn't. That's not his call. But as to Green Bay, the Green Bay Packers they gelled well right off the bat. The rookies Dubas is looking good. Looks like Rodgers starting to gel with him, so that's good news for me.
Mhm.
The defense looks great. And for now, for the week now, I pretty much there's nothing really bothering me too much.
You have to be concerned about your offense.
Yeah, I do. But they're getting done, and like I said, what I saw last week, uh, the Rod looks like Rogers gelling with Dubas.
Hmm.
It was a Tampa Bay stingy defense as well. Let's not take away that Tampa has good defense as
Yes,
well,
absolutely. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So it was great. I was happy with what I saw. A little scared at the end there, but
Hmm.
we came through.
Yeah, the NFC has a lot of good defenses. Like that's if you look at the NFC, all the top teams are all the top defenses. Philly, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Dallas, Green Bay, all have good defenses. So yeah, there you go. Jose, what bothered you this week? I'm curious.
What bothered me? What
Yeah.
bothered me is guys like you.
Oh,
That's
here
what
we
bothers
go.
me.
Okay.
That's what bothers me.
Tell me what you told me on the phone today that you just defend him.
That's what
I
bothers
want you
me.
to defend him.
Guys
Go
like
ahead.
you two. First of all,
Defend him. Defend Jimmy G. Go ahead.
no, let
Defend
me
that
hold
performance.
on,
Go.
hold on. Let me talk. You talk now. Let me finish.
All
Let me
right.
talk. First of all, Gil's saying it's a hockey score. His team just scored 14-12. So that doesn't make what was that, a cricket score?
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
okay. So
11,
that's
10, and
that's
14,
that's one
12.
for him. And then no, because it's the Packers now. They played good defense, and
Right.
what the Broncos and the Niners didn't play good defense.
They,
Anyways, it should be more of a he should be more of a shame for his quarterback that's supposed to be MVP, Mr. Rogers, that'll only score 14 points.
He
I'm
was he was
expecting
M he was MVP 2 times, Jose, back to back.
what's that?
He was MVP back to
Okay,
back.
that's what I'm saying.
If you
But
want to Google, you can Google it. How much
I
did
don't need
Jimmy
to
G win?
Google.
How much
I
did
don't need
Jimmy
to
G win?
Google. I know Jimmy G, but nobody's comparing Jimmy G
What are you
to
gonna say?
Rogers.
Jimmy G
But
took the
you're talking
Niners,
about
beat Green Bay. They went to the finals, but Rogers still has a Super Bowl. Jimmy G doesn't. He has porn stars. That's all,
no,
bro.
hey, Jimmy G's
yeah.
got more Super Bowls. Let me tell you something. Jimmy G has more Super Bowls than your Aaron Rodgers. So just let you know. Don't forget that.
He has more Super Bowls than Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers.
you can Google it. How many Super
Oh, you
Bowls?
mean appearances?
That does no. It means Super Bowl rings that he's got. Trust me. Even
Oh,
if he
backups.
doesn't
Come
have to
on.
play to have
Oh
a
my
Super Bowl
God.
champion.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, exactly. Anyways, back to your conversation
me
about
and you could have been the Water Boys for New England. Would have more Super Bowl rings than anybody.
hey,
Then
then it is what it is. Doesn't he have Super Bowl rings? You're
okay,
saying he
Jose,
doesn't have any Super Bowl rings.
you're going beyond to stupidity now. We're talking. You know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
What are
he's
you talking?
defending. He's already defending him for things he did
I'm
in
not
New England.
saying nothing. I'm just saying he's talking about Super Bowl rings that he doesn't have any Super Bowl. He has Super Bowl rings. Like I don't know what the hell you're talking
Okay,
about.
so he's Adam
Right.
Morrison. Okay, go ahead, Jose.
The last quarterbacks that you had was great. Was fucking Steve Young. Even fucking Jeff Garcia was better than fucking Garoppolo.
So was Colin Kaepernick. So was
And
freaking Alex
Kaepernick.
Smith.
And Kaepernick.
So was Alex Smith. So
No,
yeah, we have.
Alex Smith. No, Alex Smith only throws 10 yards. He's
So
not.
it doesn't matter. He got the job done. Don't worry. He did his thing. So back to your
Okay, go
conversation
ahead.
about Jimmy G. Jimmy G's it's to expect. He's not the best quarterback in the league. He fucked up. He fucks up all the time. Whatever. What are you gonna do? It's just as a 49er fan, you're gonna have ups and downs with Jimmy G as a quarterback. He's gonna have some good games and he's gonna have shit games and he's gonna have okay games. But that's
Just
Jimmy
tell me
G's.
you understand my frustration, Jose. Just tell me you understand.
I understand you, but it's
Okay.
not all his fault. It's not all his fault.
Is it the defense's fault? Is it the defense's fault?
No, absolutely. Who's
Is it the
talking
run
about
game's fault?
It's Kyle Shanahan's fault too. He's got to be
Okay,
blamed for this.
I did blame him. I did.
Because he's the one who's making the play calls, and he's not doing anything special.
Because he
you
doesn't
said,
have
why
Trey
would you run
Lance.
a bootleg? Okay, and you're talking about him going out of bounds. There's two guys rushing him at the. If
Throw
you
the
watch
ball away. What are you
throw the ball
doing?
away and get a safety on the because he's in the end zone anyway. You get an intentional grounding. It's a penalty. It's a safety.
Or run left. If they're coming at you right, run left and throw the ball out of bounds. Why are you backing up?
Yeah. It's easy. It's easy for you to say when you're watching on TV, but it's during the game. it's a total different thing. Like
And then the
it's
pick
not
six, like where is he throwing the ball?
like he just threw it. He just threw it out. Like what do you want me to do? It's not his fault. It's not. It's not. It's his fault. Like whatever. What are you gonna do? It's not. It's to expect, man. It's gonna be. It's gonna be like that for the rest of the season. Like,
Yeah.
who would you rather have, Jimmy G or
Okay.
Brock Purdy? I already
But
asked you. Who would you rather have as your quarterback, Brock Purdy or Jimmy G?
I'd rather had any other backup that they had available before they re-signed him. For when they had no plans to bring him back and didn't even give him the playbook and didn't have him in the practices and had him
Exactly.
practicing by himself with porn stars.
I'm not defending him, but that's another thing too. Like it's his first game under center, like a full game.
No,
He
no,
has-
I
he-
don't want to hear that because in Seattle last week, the whole team was celebrating and he looked
Oh,
great
here
and
we go.
everyone
So what-
was
so
acting
what-
like they won the Super
So
Bowl. I didn't see that this week.
When they scored touchdown, they can't celebrate now because all of a sudden, because your boy Trey Lance got hurt.
Yeah, they
can't
only had one touchdown,
they
so
celebrate. Huh?
there was no celebrating this week.
Oh,
They
there
played.
was.
They played.
Well, there was.
They played a
For the
team that they
touchdown,
played a real team, so they didn't celebrate this week. They didn't play the sea bags.
They scored a touchdown right at the beginning. They celebrated, didn't they?
Yeah,
When I scored, okay, exactly. So
not like they did against Seattle. It was like, oh my God, this rookie's gone. Thank God Jimmy G's back. Okay, I hope you guys reap what you sow.
That's what you hate. That's what's hitting you inside. Is your boy Trey Lance got hurt and stuff like that, and then and he's out for the season. That's
Hey,
what's hurting
I'm
you.
a 49ers fan. The better QB, the QB that I think will take us further is gone. So yes, I'm angry that we have a QB that we know is not going to take us anywhere, and the
now,
season's
as a
lost.
49er, you gotta live what you have, and that's what it is.
And I'll tell you this, Josie, you talk about Brock Purdy. I agree. You don't want Brock Purdy, but I'm watching Cooper Rush, some guy that wasn't drafted, some guy that's been sitting on the bench for 5 years is better quarterback than Jimmy G right now.
Okay, if you say so, because he wins 3 games. So what?
He has less weapons.
Jimmy
He has
G won
not
his
as
first
good a
6 games
defense.
as a 49er fan at the end of the season. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything at all. If you know, Jimmy G was 6-0 as the quarterback of the 49ers when he came in.
I do know that.
So what's that?
Was that the year they missed the playoffs and they had nothing to play for and you got traded mid-season? Right.
So what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Like that doesn't mean anything at all. If you
the 49ers have won in spite of their quarterback for years. They drafted Trey Lance because they didn't want to be like that anymore. Trey Lance is gone, so now we have Jimmy G. I'm gonna be pulling out my hair the rest of the year, watching this guy play. And I picked San Francisco this week because I'll bet you, because they own the Rams. He'll show up and play good against the Rams. Just to frustrate me more, he'll show up and play good.
I think it's more going to be the run game. I think they're going to stick to the run game more this week than they did last week. I think that's the only way you're going to beat the Rams, because especially with that offensive line, you got to start running the ball.
Yeah. So as you can imagine, I'm very frustrated. That was a horrible game to watch last week, even though it proved that I was right, because Jose was getting on me about how do I know what's going to happen, and exactly what I said was going to happen happened. So at least I took the under. By the way, I'll be back with my lock of the week. I'm 0-1, but boy, oh boy, did I make up for it with that San Fran game, because I took the under in that San Fran game, and it went as 11-10. But I'll make a better pick this time, and we'll see. Maybe Jose seems to want to get involved, so maybe we'll have him on the show for that solo segment, because he thinks he's hot now. He gets all these games right. So we're going to let him think and see if he wants to come aboard for that. So I'm not solo on that.
And I'll tell you right now, my luck of this week is Seattle plus 4.5 against the Lions.
Yes, we didn't do this, but I'll just give you my spread one. I'm going to take Houston plus 5, I believe they are. Is that right? Plus 5? I think they're plus 5. I didn't get a confirmation.
Plus 5.5.
A 5.5. So Houston plus 5.5. Gil?
Mine is, where is it? I'm gonna take Tennessee plus 4.
Interesting. This is a very tough week. I thought we'd have a lot of different picks, but believe it or not, I have almost the same picks as Jose right throughout the week. I think I only got 3 different, but we'll see. Gil made a big comeback, 13-3 last week. Jose was talking about, Gil, how do you know what's going to happen? Well, 13-3. That's pretty good. You should play a lottery ticket, Gil.
I did. We got free ticket, $2.
That's right. So we'll see. So that was what's bothering us, and that's our show for this week. Please like, subscribe, and let us know what you think. See, we like to do our rants so you guys can rant back at us. So let us know what you think. Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with Jose? Do you disagree with Gil? Do you agree with us? We will be back next week, and we also will be back for the World Cup in November. Lionel Messi looking like the best player in the world again. Ronaldo looking like he should retire. So we'll talk
Okay.
about that. Uh, Portugal losing to Avalto Morata in the 88th minutes. Well, we'll talk about the World Cup when it comes up.
Messi amazing playing against Jamaica's and Honduras is of
Okay,
course.
okay. Argentina has not lost in 2 years, people. They have not
Yeah.
lost a game in 2 years.
Mm.
That's just so you know. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We're gonna make picks in that for that coming up. We're also gonna do our hockey preview. That's right. The preseason has begun. Time to talk hockey. Is our Gills Devils getting better? Are they a sneaky team? Are the Leafs gonna choke with their bad goaltending? Who would rather have Jose and Gil in net instead of Matt Murray and Ilya Samsonov? And will my Penguins get any older? Or are they just going to sink after we see how old they are? So we'll talk about that. But until next week, I'm the mouth of the North Andrews. This is GilBay Santos, and that's Jose Carlos Gomes, who stays with his team and his quarterback to the end. So do I, but I can't stand Jimmy G. We'll see you next week on the Reese Report.